Niv'leana. Niv jumped. She put down her journal and looked around the clearing. Surely she was daydreaming. I'll be there soon. No, this was no daydream. Niv was certain she heard a distant female voice. I'm losing my mind. She searched the sky for answers. The afternoon sun shimmered through the tall canopy of the jeweled woods, scattering multicolored light onto the forest floor. Squirrels scampered across limbs, gathering nuts from the vibrantly colored trees, and birds chirped as they enjoyed the bounty of late summer. Green, blue, orange, red, and even purple leaves sheltered the grove, creating a mystical haven for its inhabitants. The scent of lush vegetation filled the air, accentuated by notes of pine and the fragrant orange flowers that lined the floor. And yet, in this serene landscape, she knew she heard a voice. At least it's a beautiful day to go insane, she said. She brushed the leaves from the skirt of her long green dress and walked home, staying aware of her surroundings along the path. But nothing seemed out of place. Fresh bread is on the table if you're hungry, Sharon said. She inhaled the aroma of her mother's bread. You know I can't resist. Sharon placed a bowl of honey next to the bread. That's all we have left. Your brother was going to fetch more, but I think he forgot. He's the only person in the entire woods who doesn't like honey. Sharon shrugged. Strange, I know, but Jarvis has a way with bees. Where is he, anyway? He went to see a friend in town. He said he'd be back later. I never know where to find him, but it's always a safe bet you're at that stump, writing in your journal. Am I that predictable? When it comes to where you spend your time, yes, dear, you are. Sharon handed her a gathering bag. I'd like to have Almond tea tonight. Will you find some berries for me? Fresh bread, venison stew simmering on the stove, and tea for dinner. We must be having company. We are. How perceptive of you. Niv pulled on the metal handle of their heavy wooden front door. It gave a creak that prevented anyone from making a silent entrance or exit. Remember the berries, Niv. I will. Niv figured she had plenty of time to gather berries, so she walked to the stream at the edge of their property and sat on a mossy log along the bank. The water was crystal clear. There was enough warmth left in the late summer sun to tempt her into dangling her feet in the stream. Icy water enveloped her toes, causing her to jump. Ripples peeled away and disappeared as her foot adjusted to the temperature. Niv set the journal in her lap. A map of the continent fell open in a pastel-colored display of the lands and villages beyond the border of the jeweled woods. She'd never left home, but embarked on countless journeys by way of vivid imaginings, and the map her uncle had drawn. As a creator and queen of made-up worlds, she explored, in detail, every legend and tradition of the fantasy realm. Her mother encouraged creativity, but her father placed more emphasis on practical affairs. Somewhere in between, Niv escaped into the pretend places beyond the exquisite canopy of the jeweled woods. Jarvis approached Niv on the bank. Soaking your feet after a hard day's work, eh? Niv proudly displayed her bag. I'm working. Or will be soon, anyway. I did your chores, so you owe me tomorrow. Except the bees. I'm not going anywhere near that hive. Jarvis took off his shoes and put his feet in the stream. Ah, that's better. And the bees aren't that big a deal. You have to know how to work with them. You're braver than I am, Niv said. Oh no, you're the brave one. How so? You have the guts to share with people the stories you write in your journal. I could never write anything that was good, let alone have the courage to let anyone read it. They're just childish imaginings. You're not a child anymore. You're 20, and those stories are really good. Niv played with the stick on the ground. It's an outlet for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. My friends are getting married. One of them is even pregnant, and I can't get my head out of the clouds. These woods aren't going to hold you forever, Niv. A breeze blew and stirred a small vortex of yellow and purple leaves. Clouds approached from the south, obscuring the sun. I think we are at the limit of our procrastination, Niv said. Mom wants berries? Yes, we're having company. Jarvis smiled. That means we'll eat well tonight. We always eat well. Yeah, but it's even better when we have company. Did she say who? No. Niv dried her feet and put back on her shoes. Come on, help me find berries. The two trekked through the woods, searching the bushes for the red, elusive fruit. They were having some luck, but the sky was turning dark. They picked up their pace, hoping to have enough before they had to return home. Moments later, a cold raindrop hit her head. Wind swept through the trees, and rain began to fall. We've got enough. Let's go, Niv said. The two giggled as their clothes became soaked. Their desperation to get home turned into laughter as they skipped through puddles. Niv's dark, thick hair lost its usual full body and clung to her head. Despite the downpour, they were having fun. A wagon was parked in front of their house, and they noticed two beautiful white horses in the barn. Niv flung open the door, and they piled into the living room. Water dripped on the wood floor. Their parents were sitting at the table with the visitor, a middle-aged woman in a beautiful blue dress. She stared directly at Niv and spoke without moving her lips. So we finally meet, Niv'leana. You just listened to Chapter 1 of the book Niv'leana, the first book in the Sign of Alchemy series, available in Kindle and print on Amazon. Please check the description for the link, and be sure to subscribe as I'll be reading the entire book on YouTube. Until next time, be well.